Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, as you can see, today's lesson, the trap is almost set. Okay, the trap is almost set. And I was meditating, when I woke up, I was meditating on how these devils, okay, have managed to take the world. All right, I was thinking about how things were in 2018, 2019, 2020, and now getting to the end of 2021, going up into 2022, and how these devils were actually able to pull off a scheme to the point where they were able to go from not talking about or pushing this thing to now it's everywhere, and everywhere you go, everywhere you turn, there's a commercial or an ad or a bus, or whatever it is, or somebody telling you. But if you notice, the number one thing that's being talked about everywhere you go by pretty much everybody is this thing, this Vanessa, okay, this V. And that's all people can think about, but that is just a part of it, because these devils are very, very desperate to get the whole world, or as many people as they can, to have this thing, and now you look at the American population, they're saying about 70, a little over 70 million or so don't have it. And because of that, they want to push more and more, as Fauci said, many more mandates. He said, if they're not willing to take it voluntarily, then we have to go to the alternatives. So they're willing to push many, many more mandates to get the 70 million that is left. And now they're taking it on a global level. Now, don't be surprised when they start, these global world leaders start coming together to look. We got a few dissidents. All right, we have a few dissidents in our country, and you got a few in your country. So what can we do together to what's a plan or a strategy that we can use to get that little remainder that's left, to get them, whether we have to force them, threaten them, or bait them, or whatever it is, to get them to consent. Okay, and once they're able to get as much as they can, they know there's, as Fauci says, he says there's a hardcore group of few individuals out there who just, no matter what, they're just not down with it. All right, and once they manage to get everybody that they can fully possibly get their grasp on, the trap will be set fully. Now, what exactly the trap is, we are yet to find out. There's a lot of ideas and thoughts and signs and little things here and there, that we're finding out, but we're yet to see the full 100% picture of how they're gonna try to play it out, and what exactly is the goal here of getting everybody to consent to this. Because we know that the goal is not about safety or health or anything like that. That means that there's another alternative goal, and that's why they're pushing so hard. So, because if the goal was about health, then they wouldn't mind people who have natural antibodies. Okay, so clearly we know it's not about that. So now we're gonna find out what exactly is that, what exactly is that trap. What have these people done to themselves, where they and a trap. If you look at the way a trap is set, a trap is not meant to be obvious. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's look up the word trap. Okay, when you lay a snare, the point of it being a trap is so that it's not obvious. Okay, so it doesn't look dangerous. All right, it says here, a situation in which people lie in wait to make a surprise attack, a device or enclosure designed to catch and retain animals, typically by allowing entry but not exit. You hear that? I'm going to read it again. A device or enclosure designed to catch and retain animals. And don't worry about the word animals. They think of you as animals anyway. Okay? And it says typically by allowing entry but not exit, or by catching hold of a part of the body. So the trap that they are setting is allowing entry. As a matter of fact, they want to force you to enter this trap, but there's no exit because it's not something you get to undo. And the thing is, you don't know the level that this trap is on. You don't know on what level they have set this trap. So a part of the trap is once you set it, you know how dangerous it is, but you make it look as harmless as possible. You make the trap look, you disguise it. You might put some bait. You might scare somebody into the trap. That's exactly what they're doing. That's how traps work, is it not? When you have a trap, you will put bait. If they're not falling for the bait, then you go to the point where you would try to scare them, so where the only way they can go is to the direction of your trap. You're leading them into your trap. That's the exact same method that these people are using. And there's something that they have planned through this thing, okay? That's why they're so desperate to get everybody to consent to it, to get everybody to take it at the end of the day. There is a snare, and there's a reason the scriptures say that the prudent man foreseeth his going, or looketh well into his going, and foreseeth the evil, and hideth himself. Because there's something that's not clicking in our heads. There's something that's just it's not sitting right. And the Spirit of the Lord is just constantly telling us, stay away from that thing. Because there's something up. Too many red flags. Okay? Too many red flags. As a matter of fact, if you're fine, you're fine. Now, you know that this man is the devil. You know that pursuant to Psalms 83, they have a conspiracy against you to cut you off from being a nation. You know that they want to get rid of those of us who truly believe in the truth. So why would you go and trust this man still? It makes absolutely no sense. There is something behind all of this, man. There's something going on, and people will need to wake up, because they are the experiment, and we are going to sit back and we're going to watch and see how this unfolds. But people may think that we're the ones who are going to catch hell for not consenting, but in reality, you're the ones who are already going to catch hell, because you're trapped. And when you're trapped, there is no exit. But you see, it's after you realize the trap that you want to exit, but then you can't exit. So there's something now, whether it's a kill switch or it's just to change you to fit for the transhumanist agenda, or to make your body ready so they can institute that, put it into your hand or in your head. All right, from the 13th chapter, whether it's that or not, whatever it is, you can't undo it. Okay, you cannot undo it. And we know these devils have an agenda to enslave all of humanity. So if you're complying, then you're consenting to becoming their slave. This is only step one, or one of the steps in that process of them breeding spiritual slaves. That's what they're doing. They had you physically, they got you mentally, but when they had us physically, we still had strong spirits. They had some of us mentally. The Spirit of the Lord broke us out of that spell. So now what do they want to do? They want to stop. They want to block that spirituality, because that's the strongest of it all. Your spirit is stronger than your mind and your body. So if they can attack your spirit, then they can break you down. They can destroy your will. So let's go now to the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 17. It says, fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. So there's a snare, there's a pit, there is a plan, there is a conspiracy by a certain people who are in the shadows, and that conspiracy is for those that dwell on the earth, the inhabitants of the earth. And this shows that of almost 8 billion people on the planet Earth, the majority of them are not so bright. You know, they're not the brightest individuals out there. And even if they are, they don't have any real backbone. They don't know how to stand up for anything in their life. They're so used to conforming, and a lot of people are so used to just talking. You know, oh, don't come near me, don't touch me. If you touch me, oh, he touched me. You better not keep touching me, because if you keep touching me, oh, he's still touching me. They're just used to talking and hoping that nobody calls their bluff. So when it comes time when you actually need to make a decision that is one that puts you out of your comfort zone, people cannot do that. So they'll rather walk into the snare. Why? Because everybody else is walking into the snare. Because to walk away from the snare, you'll be looked at as, you know, an outcast. You'll be separating yourself from the group, from the masses. And people are afraid to do that because they're afraid of change. They're afraid of the uncertain. Well, that's the straight gate. That's this what we're doing. This is what the straight gate looks like. All right. These people, they like the broad gate because in their minds they think it's easier. But really sit down and ask yourself, if they hadn't brought these mandates, do you think as many people that have taken it now would have taken it? No. So ask yourself, why is that? There's a deadly killer pathogen out here, and yet you need to mandate things before people take it? How come whenever you watch these outbreak movies, people are fighting over a solution, and over here you're fighting them to give them a solution? In the movies, there you don't got to do that. They'll burn your store just to grab a sample. You know, in the movies, the higher ups and the officials, they're quick. You know, no, you give me this shit. You give it to me now, me and my family. And the people, they could wait. Nobody cares about them. But all of a sudden, in real life, it's like flipped. Oh, no, we have to care about the people first. Even those that make our laws and so on and so forth, they could be on the back burner. President, back burner. We get these people first. We care about them more. Yeah, okay. You know, so you got to think about it, right? If you had to mandate this before people would take it, then what does it really benefit you? All right, you go and you consent, right? What do you get from that? You can still catch the shit. You can still die from it. And now you're at a higher risk than anybody else of catching some unknown side effect that they didn't see because they haven't done long-term trials. You know, you are the long-term trial. So is this new plan that they have, is it going to work or not? Well, you're here to find, they're here to use it on you, and you're going to be the test subject that's going to tell them whether it's going to succeed or not. And they don't mind because in their agenda, in their Georgia Guidestones, they already have a plan to depopulate. You know? So give it to them. Those who survive, they survive. You know? And that means they're well bred for the NWO, and we could tag them up. Those who don't, then hey, even better. You know, reduce the numbers. And number two, they weren't fit. It's like when you watch those movies where they're experimenting, like as if they were trying to create Captain America or like a Wolverine kind of character. And so they keep getting more and more test subjects. The more they test, the better, right? And then they inject them with the serum, and then the person starts bugging out, and then they think the person is good, and the person dies. All right, then they get the next one. So they're killing people, but whoever survives, hey, good. That means you're good. You're good for it. If you don't survive, then too bad. That's the mindset that they have. The water. True Awakening 777 to keep the population, I think, 500 million or less. They're close to 8 billion people on the planet Earth. Do you know how much people? 1 million? If you were to look at 1 million people, do you know how much that is? That's a lot of people to look at, 1 million. And now you're thinking of damn near what? 7.5? Or like 7 or 6 or 6.5 or whatever that you gotta clip. That's their agenda. Do you know how many deaths that is? And if these people, knowing how many deaths that is, have no problem with it, you think you would sit there and trust them? They have set a trap for you, man. There's a trap. There is a conspiracy. There's something going on in this world right now, and they're pushing this. They're pushing this thing real hard, man. And people who are too weak or too afraid, all right, or just too blind to see it and go and consent, you will be the experiment. We will see it, and they will see it. And by the time you see it, it'll be too late. You know? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 6. There's a reason the Lord set us up here. There's a reason Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai set us up last. Because the things that were going to be happening in the last days, if you don't have any voice to tell you, hey, this is the way, walk ye in it, all the inhabitants of the earth will be done. Because we wouldn't be awake to this truth. This truth is the driving force that's keeping us away from all the danger in the world. If we didn't have this truth, we would be just like everybody else in the world, and we would have fallen straight into their trap. Okay? So for somebody in the world to go and do something like that is stupid. But for somebody who knows the truth to go and do something like that is just complete idiocy, ignorance. Not ignorance, because you should know better. All right? But it's a word that I can't think of right now. So Proverbs 2 and 6, for the Lord giveth wisdom. Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. Okay? He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. Sound wisdom. You know, when you have an argument, they say you have a sound argument. That means that your argument is basically foolproof. It's perfect. There's no holes in it. A sound argument cannot be broken, or at least cannot be broken easily, because it's sound. It makes sense. Okay? So the Lord layeth up sound wisdom, not just any wisdom, but that wisdom that brings that stability, that wisdom that cannot be refuted because it's true. It says, for the righteous, he is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. Okay, so if you are a part of the Lord's elect, he will make sure that the path you walk on is safe, that you're preserved. And if you're walking on a path, a deadly path, he'll change your path. He'll change your course. It says, verse 9, then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. And that's what we're ever since coming into the truth, we are understanding righteousness. We're understanding that it's not about good and bad. It's about righteous and wickedness. Righteousness has a standard. Good is just good. When people hear good, they think of something vague. Like, what is good? Oh, there was this man. He helped a lady cross the street. He's a good man. You know? Oh my gosh, this man, he risked his life, jumped into a burning building to save a baby. He's a good man. Oh, but come to find out, this man is a sodomite. So this man is a wicked man. But I thought he was a good man. So he's a wicked good man? So that's why in dealing with the Lord is wickedness and righteousness. And that has a standard. Okay? The standard is according to what the Lord has set. How obedient you are to his word, to his commandments. Because if you are a sodomite, it doesn't matter what good acts you do. If you haven't repented and you don't repent, you are wicked. It's not about good and bad. It's about wickedness and righteousness. Man, he's such a bad man. I asked him for $2 and he said no. He cursed out that little girl. He made her cry. He's a bad guy. But is he doing what the Lord requires him to do? Yes, then he's righteous. That's it. So this world has it all misconstrued and twisted, but coming into this truth, we are understanding what righteousness actually is. What is righteousness? We are understanding that. We are understanding that thermonuclear missiles burning up a whole land and killing all these people that are here that aren't of the elect is actually righteous. We are learning that. Okay? It says, and see, when you were in the world, if you heard something like that, you'd be like, what the hell? What in the hell? But when you understand, when you come to the truth and your understanding opens up, you're like, no, that's righteous. Okay? Somebody wicked getting their judgment is righteous. It says here, and judgment. So we understand how judgment works. Originally, if something bad was to happen to somebody, you would feel bad. Sometimes you still do, but you would feel bad. But now you understand that nobody gets judgment without fault. So if there's judgment taking place, there's something that happened, we just may not have known about it. So we understand how judgment works. We understand what provokes judgment. We understand that nobody escapes. Okay? And equity, yea, every good path. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee. Let's look up that word discretion. Let me see something here. There we go. Good soldier 144 ba the water bro. Sound wisdom. In the blue letter it says wisdom, sound knowledge, success, sound or efficient wisdom, abiding success. Because you cannot refute it. You can't go around it. You can't disprove it. It's sound. So the word discretion in the blue letter, oh, okay, it says here, what's that? Mazama, okay, and it says purpose, discreet. All right, it's not really giving us much. Witty, okay, it says witty, sagacity. There you go. All right, there's a good word. And then there's, I think it was in the book of Josephus that described Abraham as sagacious. Okay. Now, let's look up the word sagacious. Okay, and it says here, having or showing keen mental discernment and good judgment. Okay, so intelligent, clever, wise, knowledgeable. So that discretion, that sagacity is going to what? Is going to preserve thee. It says, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. What is that going to preserve us from? The trap. It's going to preserve us from the wicked way. It's going to actually save your life. Because there is a trap, and that trap is almost set. And we keep telling people, man, they're very close. They're about to hit whatever percentage they need to hit before they... There's always a phase 2. There's this, it does not end here. It's not going to end here. Whatever they're doing right now is only step 1 or part of the plan. There's something that's coming after, and it's coming very quickly. All right? It's coming very quickly, and what's happening is you people are stepping in the crosshairs of whatever is about to hit. And we're trying to tell you, step out of it. You see, no. And when you consent, what you're doing is you're basically, it's like tying yourself to the train tracks, and the train is coming. The train is coming and you busy tying yourself to the tracks. That's what you're doing. And you know why? It's because they don't have discretion and they don't have understanding. So Proverbs 2:11, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man. Who's the evil man? Esau, Edom. From the man that speaketh froward things. And the scriptures tell you that. Let's actually go to it. I believe it's Psalms 55 and 21. And it says here, this is an attribute of the evil man. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. So what he's saying is one thing, but what he's thinking is another. But he's so slick with his words that people... It slips. What his words do is, the reason it's smooth is because it slips past your mental defenses. That's why they have something called a play on words. You know, they slip past your mental defenses, and next thing you know, they've changed your perception, and now you've been deceived, and now you're consenting. It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. That phrase, to save lives, we're saving lives. To say that's BS, that's bullshit. And what they're doing is they're using that to bypass any doors that are locked. That is their key card. Save lives. And then the door unlocks. You know, you standing in the way, save lives. Now you got to get the hell out of the way. Because if you get in the way of saving lives, then you're an enemy. What do you want us not to save lives? Save lives? That's all you're hearing. Save lives, and that's like their Trojan horse. You're killing people and you're saying save lives because save lives means save lives, right? People are not asking how are you saving lives. You know, what the hell are you talking about? Why are there so many people that are still there? There's a lot of underreported cases of people that are facing negative effects. Where's that at? You're not broadcasting that. If you wanted to save lives, I'm sure you would make sure people are aware of the negatives. But no, 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 no. All of a sudden, everything has just disappeared. Their story has changed so many times that you can't even keep up with what exactly they mean anymore. You know, it started off with one thing, and look at how much their story has changed since they started saying this up until now. Just look at it. Herd immunity. We got to hit 70%. Oh, I'm sorry. We got to hit 90%. We got to do this. We got to get these people. We got to, oh my goodness. No, we're not going to mandate it. If you don't mandate it, you can't do anything. We need many, many more mandates. But you just said we're not going to mandate it. No, no, don't worry about what I said. You know, we're going to be locked down for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, almost a year, probably going to be longer. This thing, once we get this solution out, everything is going to be good. You can forget about that. It's here to stay with us. So that means these lockdowns, you know, all you have to do is the social this. You don't even need to wear a mask. Sorry, you got to wear a mask. Wait, no, you can take it off. No, put it on. Put two on now. These devils got you like, wait, what? Who? What? Do I go? Do I go here? Do I go here? You know, if I look here, you say no. If I look here, you say no. Where do I look? That's how they got these people, because these people keep following them. So they say yes, you say yes. They say no, you say no. They say yes, no, 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 and people are tripping up. We're sitting back. We're not following you. We're not gonna do what you say. So if you got a problem with that, well, you take it up with the Most High, because we're gonna listen to our Lord. Unless the Lord says do something, that's what we do. We don't give a damn what you got to say. We do not, because you know what? We don't believe you one bit. We don't care, and we don't believe you one bit, and quite frankly, we're not afraid of your threats. All right? Screw your threats. Your president is out here defecating himself, running around at 3 a.m. in the morning in the White House, not knowing who he is or what he's doing, cursing out White House staff. You know what I'm saying? They medicating this dude. Dude is forgetting his sentences. They cutting off his mic. That's your president. And we're supposed to listen to you? Get the hell out of here with that. We're supposed to listen to this dude who's bugged out of his mind, talking about our patience is running thin. You have no patience. God, he's through. He's through with 7+ U's. Okay? This dude is coming up here. He doesn't know where he's at. That's your president. You are supposed to be the greatest nation on the earth, and that's your president, and you got the nerve to come talk to us? Maybe when our president comes down, your land is going to be made a desert in 1 hour. What kind of power do you have? You don't got shit. You know? I mean, these devils, man, their pride, their arrogancy is hilarious. It really is hilarious. You know? And that's why it angers us to see our people following them in such fear and such cower. You know, as if these devils have some power. They don't have power. You know, their power is in their tongue and their sword, but the Lord said their sword is going to have no effect on us. People are out of fear, out of lack of faith, are falling for this trap, man. And whatever it is, when it goes off, it's going to be bad. When the fullness of it gets exposed, you're just going to start crying. You're just going to start dropping tears. And you're going to be looking for answers, but you're not going to be prepared for what you're going to hear. Because whatever's happening, you know, you're gonna have, well, what's happening to me? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Well, we don't know either, but we about to find out, I'm sure. You know, the only thing is we're about to find out and you about to find out, but it's about to be happening to you. We're gonna stand clear. We're gonna watch. You're gonna be like, shit. We're glad we didn't do that. Your dumbass, you becoming somebody's property. All right. And I mean, it's crazy, man. These people are just so gone. It's funny, but at the same time, it's disturbing to look at. You got a dude walking around. There's fresh air. The Most High created everything perfect. They said when they looked on it, it was good. And your dumbass is walking around with 5 masks on in the middle of the day when you're supposed to be getting some fresh air. And I mean, people are just through. They're walking around like they don't know what's going on. You know, I mean, Jake was bad before, but now they're like drugged up. You know, that's exactly what you are. You're drugged up, and they're just drugging you and drugging you and drugging you as if you're in a mental asylum, and they keep giving you your dose. That's what's gonna happen. It's time for your dose. Boy, I just took my dose. I don't want to shut up and take your dose. You know, that's what they got to do to you. And they're gonna start rounding people up and taking them to camps where they're gonna try to force them doses on you. Okay, but our power is gonna intervene. No worries, no worries. We all right. We are all right. So now let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. All right, it says here, yeah, Khan. Yep, doing crate challenges. Yo, sometimes you sit back and you say, wait, hold on a second. You got up one day. I don't know who started it. You got up one day and said, yo, let me stack some crates, some unstable crates, one on top of another, and let me get a couple of my friends here, and let's see who can go across the crates to the other side. Is there like $1 million prize? Is there immortality? Is there like a brand new car? Is there some incentive other than folly that I'm gonna get for risking my bones? You freaking 65 years old. Your bones are weak, and you grown ass men and women, man, and you're trying to do a crate challenge. What is going on in your head that's telling you that, hey, it's okay for you to do this? That's what I want to know. Because these people are there. That's why the Most High needs to destroy them. You can't take people like that into the kingdom. Next thing, you get to the kingdom 2 hours later, somebody set some shit on fire. You know, yo, what the hell is going? Yo, I don't know, bro. I don't. It said don't touch, but like I was trying to find out what it does. It says don't touch. You know that you can't take Jake into the kingdom, man. Not these ones. You can't take these ones over there. They gotta come through another way, man. They gotta be quarantined by the fire. That you know what? Jake has a mental virus, and the fire is gonna be that quarantine. So after they go through that quarantine, that's when they could come back in the kingdom. You know, the elect, the Lord has the elect immune to this mental sickness. But these Israelites, they need to be quarantined through fire. That means they need to be left there and burned, and that's gonna cleanse all that folly and wickedness out of them. All right, and Lord willing, we're gonna be up in a chariot, thanking Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that the Lord has had our backs. This knowledge is so valuable that look at where we at. We are pretty much in the lion's den, in the furnace, and we're not afraid. We're getting ready to be thrown into that furnace. We're being told that we're about to be thrown into the lion's den. We're being showed, hey, we didn't feed those lions for 7 days. Look at the teeth in that thing. If you get up in there, they're gonna tear you up. You sure you don't want to consent? Because we about to throw you in there. That's what they're doing. Many, many more mandates. Who the hell cares about your mandates? We were in the wilderness for 40 years. You think there was a 7-Eleven over there? How do you think we made it out? Through faith. We got fed. What nation on the planet Earth got fed with heavenly food? Food just rained down from heaven. You didn't have to work for it. You didn't have to sow anything. The Lord just brought it down. He just said, just gather it up. All you got to do is just listen to what I got to say, and you're going to be good. You're growing, but your shoes are not getting smaller. Your clothes are not getting smaller. You wanted water, I gave you water. I delivered you from your enemies. I fed you with food. You wanted quail, I gave you quail. I freaking wiped out a whole bunch of people that were living in that land. I had you take them out so you can have that land. I did all of that for you, and you gonna turn around and do this shit? No faith, man. No faith. But you know what? They don't got faith. Screw them, man. Screw them. You don't got faith. That's fine. Don't come talk to us. We don't have answers for you. And if we got the answers, we ain't telling you shit. Reason we telling you now is because the Lord has us telling you this word now and giving the warning. But that's for the elect. Those that don't hear it, when the doors of mercy close, we're not telling you a damn thing, man. Don't come to us. Don't, bro. No, oh, no. I knew you. Or I always knew you were right. But it was just something. I ain't know nothing about nothing. You made your decision, and you had a long time. You had a long ass time to make that choice, and you made the wrong one. And now you're gonna have to pay for it with your life. Because at the end of the day, to put it plainly, whether you take it or you don't, if you're not of the elect, you're not making it. All right, and it goes more heavily for if you are on this land right here, whether you take it or not. If you're not of the elect, you ain't making it. So really, your main focus, instead of worrying about, oh, damn, should I do it so I could work? You should be worried about how you can get right with the Lord. That is your way out. You know, that's your way. Because I mean, think about it, right? Okay, you can take it and drop dead. You can not take it and catch whatever they're saying out there and drop dead. But hold on, there's a million other ways why the Most High could take your ass out. It's funny because people show more fear to this propaganda than they do to the king of terrorists. You think this is the only way you can die? You think just because you went and took a freaking, a V, that you're immune to life? Nigga, the Lord can have a whole building fall on your ass out of nowhere. You know? He could have the ground open up and swallow. You could have a wild hyena pull up from the corner alleyway somewhere. You're like, what the hell is a hyena doing in the city? And that shit's chasing your ass. Specifically you. You know? The Most High has infinite ways of judging you, and you worried about this. You a wicked ass individual doing wicked ass things, and you worried about this. And you think that, yeah, shit, I may be wicked, but if I took it, I'm safe. You are not safe, man. Jacob's trouble is going to show you people that there's no such thing as safe. All right? Except the Lord be on your side, there is no safety. It's only how long until it's your turn. Hey, that's scary, man. How long until it's your turn? As you watch others get it, and you know that it's coming for you, and you paranoid, you can't sleep right. Now, this is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. And it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And you would think that right now, people, I mean, now more and more people are listening, but still the overall majority, the masses, they're willing to listen to Nicki Minaj over the word of the Lord. Nicki Minaj. Golly. We say something, oh, y'all conspiracy theories. She says something, you got protests. Yeah, Nicki was right. Nicki was right. People are so gone, man. But anyway, you would think people don't want to hear I mean, what they care about the word. But trust me, when these things start happening on a large scale, and the main thing is going to be that 13th chapter, that charagma. Once that thing comes out, man, if our videos are still up, you best believe them views are going to skyrocket, and people are going to be looking. Wait, because they're going to try to find out as much information on it as possible. All right? But here's the flip side. Gotcha, nigga. It says what? But it says, they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord. And here's the key part, and shall not find it. We're going to have it, but you can't find it. It's not going to be going out anymore. And the Most High, when he says that, he means that. He is going to thoroughly purge his word out. He's going to cut it off. The fountain of truth is going to stop. It's not going to run. No more water. That's it. If you drank, you drank. If you didn't, you're done. Okay? No more. We're not going to be giving answers. The videos are not going to be there. We're not going to be on the highways and the byways. And you're going to be completely cut off from any answers or any solutions. Because when it was going out freely, look how many videos we do. Look how we're constantly out there. And this is all for free. There's so many videos that are being put out there that it is impossible, literally impossible, to keep up with even half of them. You can't even watch half the videos that go up. That's how freely the Lord is giving you this word. It's out. It's out. It's like it's out right in your face. It's flooding the YouTube. And you mean to tell me you didn't hear it? You didn't have time for it? You can't say you didn't have access. So when that time comes, the Lord is going to be 144% justified in doing that. And you can't cry that it's unfair and oh my gosh and we didn't know. When you say things like that, you know what you're going to do? You're going to inflame the Lord. You're going to piss him more. You're going to piss him off even more. Now, Lastly, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 20. My son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them not because in the law, you're supposed to teach your young ones constantly. Okay, you're supposed to constantly teach them and remind them and instill the laws and the history and all that in them while they're young. When they wake up, when they go to sleep, when you guys are walking, when you're in the way, all of that. Okay, it says, bind them continually upon thine heart. And how do you do that? By constantly meditating on it, and tie them about their neck. And we're so grateful because the way we think, it's impossible to forget the truth, because every time you look outside or you look on the internet, you're reminded of why this truth is true. Because every time you look outside, there's just more validation and more proof of this word. And if you are of the elect, it's impossible for you to lose faith, because every time you look out, you're going to see something that just backs up what you believe even more. So it says here, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. Because our decisions that we make, our meditations, the thoughts we have in our minds, it's filtered by what we know to be right and wrong according to the scriptures. Okay? So it's like we counsel ourselves in righteousness through the Spirit and the words that we read, because the word is not within us. So any thoughts that come into our mind gets filtered through the word before it becomes actions or it becomes words. That's why before we say anything, it's been filtered by the Spirit before we say it. Okay? Or before we do anything. Verse 23, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So it's helping us to see and maneuver through this maze of deception, because the whole world lieth in wickedness. The whole world is in darkness. Okay? But this commandment, the word, the truth is our light. That's how we navigate. That's how we know, oh, whoa, 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 there's a scorpion right there. Don't step there. There's some dumbass Jay gonna come and lift his leg up and step right on it. And then he gets stung, and then he's wondering why. Verse 24, to keep thee from the evil woman, from flattery of the tongue of a strange woman, which the strange woman represents other philosophies, all right, the other wisdom that's not of the Lord. But guess what? A part of that strange woman is this bugged out agenda that they're trying to push. It is something they've made up. These devils have said it out of their own mouth in their own commercial about this great reset and this fourth industrial revolution. They said that they're going to completely do away with the concept of humans. There's not going to be such a thing as a human. They're going to redefine nature and the way you think about humans. They basically said, "Lo, forget about what the Most High did. We're now God." You know, rewire your, instead of having the VMAT2, the God gene, eliminate that, and your new God gene is going to be this thing here. Because of how much control they're going to have over you, you're going to worship them as a God. Right? Why do people fear the Most High? Because he has all the control in existence over you. Ain't nothing you could do against the Lord. He controls everything you do. He's omnipotent. He's omniscient. So these devils say that, hey, if we can sever your connection and your fear of a higher power, then we will become the next best thing. And if we have so much control over you, you will reverence us as your God. Because if you don't, you're gonna lose everything. And it's funny because they gained all that control because you gave it to them. The fact you know where it started? It started here. When you let them in here, they controlled everything else. They don't need to physically come and get you. They got you right here. That's why it's gonna be a consensual thing. You know? It's called an hour of temptation, because you're gonna be tempted and you're gonna have to make a decision. Everybody's gonna be tried. And you're gonna have to make a decision. And right now, it may seem like an easy decision. But depending on the situation that you're in at the moment when you have to make the decision, it might not be so easy. And that's why we tell you that you need to make your decision now and stick by it. It's easier to stick by a decision you've made than to make a decision under pressure. Okay? Over here, we don't even need to think about it. It's a no-brainer. Hell no. And we're prepared, even if we have to die for it, guess what? According to prophecy, some of us are going to die anyway. But if we got to die for it, good. We hate this stupid ass world anyway. All right? And the Lord is going to reward us, and we're going to come right back. We're going to come right back, and guess what? Your ass is done. Because we're gonna know exactly who gave the order. Exactly. We're going to, all you damn demons, we're going to get your ass, and we're going to have you in complete servitude. And we're going to have the whip. And man, with those new bodies, we're going to crack that whip so hard. Shit, you might get your spine broken on the first whip. And then we're going to fix it. And then we're going to whip you again. You know? Oh, shoot. You devils are done, man. So come with whatever you got. And you know what? Make it quick, too, man. It's like you're dragging your feet just to get your ass beat. We know how this is going to turn out. You know how it's going to turn out. You know? So the sooner you make your move, the sooner you issue that thing, which is really the Most High doing it. But we're waiting for that one more thing, man. That one more thing. One day, very, very soon. Because we've already heard them talk about it. They're waiting for the perfect opportunity to present this. And you know what I'm talking about. When they present this, when they bring it, that's it. That's it. That's all you're going to be seeing videos about it. Every 24 hours a day, man. Once they bring this thing and they start talking about it, it's going to be that time. Because when they formally introduce it, remember, it's been out. You know, people have already heard about it, but they're looking for a way to formally introduce it. And once they formally introduce it, they're not going to retract it anymore. It's going to be here to stay. And the same way this thing started off, people weren't sure what it is, but now it's everywhere. That's how this new thing is going to be, but even worse. Okay? Yeah, we're going to set the whip on fire. You know, but they're going to bring this thing. And everybody's going to be, oh, shit. And you know what? All those other groups that said, no, that's not what it is. No, this, that, and the third. They made fun. They made mockery and all that. They're all going to be like, oh. And you know what? They're going to turn around and look at an angry congregation looking at them like, now what? Now what do we do? You know? Oh, you could go ahead and take. That's not what it is. But deep down inside, they're going to be shook. They're going to be afraid. And the next thing you know, they're going to start talking about it. They're going to put it in the news. They're going to start pushing it. They're going to start commercializing it. And it's going to be out. People are going to start taking it. Just like they opened Starbucks, they're going to start opening these things. You know? Oh, at this area, they just opened one here. Oh, at this area, they just opened. The same way they started opening clinics, right? The V clinics. Oh, you can come get it here. Oh, you can come get it here. Oh, we could bring it to you. We got buses. Well, guess what? It's going to be similar, man. You know, the first Karagma station, da-da-da, this here, that here, that, you know, it's a thing. I mean, in 2017, 3 Square Market, they started it. But that's not enough, because if you think about it, when they allowed that information to come out of what 3 Square Market did to the employees, people weren't too eager to get it. You know, people were like, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be getting that anytime soon. So they said, all right, cool. We need an angle to present this. But even before that, we need to prepare the people's minds. You know, so you can expect a series of mandates that set that tone that, look, this is the new way. This is the way it's going to be. And then they're going to issue that thing out, man. They're going to issue it. And the second we see that, man, we know it's over. Okay, it is over. And we're going to know that, guess what? From day one up until now, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has been working with our elders and apostles all the way on down to us. And we got the truth. And we believe that. And the whole world is going to see that. But just because you see it doesn't mean that you're going to be a part of it. We hope and pray that we're a part of it. Okay? Because we hope and pray that after all this, we don't become castaways. That the Lord keeps us. And that the works that we do, the Lord finds mercy and says, look, I'm not going to use you as somebody that just says it and goes and take it anyway. I'm going to keep you in the hour of temptation. Okay? Let me read this precept and then wrap it up. This is the book, Salakia. This is Bayan Yasharallah, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 15. It says, but the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. And the Most High cares about his elect. And he's going to make sure that he doesn't lose not one of his elect. So if you're of his elect, you're going to eat, you're going to be protected, you're going to be shielded, you're going to be safe. All right? And ultimately, you're not going to take that thing. And you will be delivered. One way or another, you will be delivered. You will see the deliverance. You will see the destruction of this place. And you will rejoice. That'll be the happiest moment of each and every one of our lives. And the joy that we're going to feel, we're going to need new bodies to experience that. Because our spirits will pretty much just rip out of these bodies. All right? So with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.